This video is about rideshare companies allegedly manipulating drivers to get them to do what they want them to do. They clearly use incentives to get drivers to drive more, but all companies use incentives and other programs to get more performance out of employees. But a lot of drivers believe that rideshare companies, and Uber in particular, are using manipulation and maybe even scare tactics to get drivers to do what they want them to do. If this is true, it's definitely an issue, but my question is, does it really matter? Should it matter? These are some of the things that I want to talk about in this video. But first, here's something that happened to me recently that just makes me wonder. I had started a new week with Lyft, and I got and received several requests. I completed all of the trips, and at the end of that day, my acceptance rate was only 75% in the app. And the reason I was concerned is because I was trying to hit the power driver bonus that week, and one of the requirements is at least a 90% acceptance rate. So I sent Lyft an email asking them why, and this is how they responded. Regarding your concern, no worries. I have verified your account, and no, so far starting the week you have not canceled or missed any rides. The acceptance rate will go up with more rides and in the course of the week. Well, first of all, how do they know that, since they didn't even know if I would drive again that week? And if I did, they didn't know how many requests I would accept, but they sound very confident in that. Well, I did drive the next day, and I got and received several requests with no cancellations, and my rate was up to 88%. So my real acceptance rate was 100%, but it was only showing 88% in the app. And I did drive several more days that week, and it did go up little by little. And here's something else that's similar that happened recently. I had noticed that my Uber acceptance and cancellation rate sometimes would change even when I didn't drive. And I asked about it at the Uber office one day. The rep told me that they're the only ones that know what my real ratings are, and if I want to know, I would have to ask them to find out. So clearly, both Uber and Lyft have basically told me that the app is not correct regarding these ratings. Is this a tactic just to get drivers to drive more? It sure seems like it. What else are the ratings for in the app if they're not even true? So is this dishonest? Is it unethical? Well, that's up for debate, and obviously it depends on what your perspective is, who you work for, and so forth. But if it were up to me, I wouldn't use psychological games to get drivers to drive more. I would give them opportunity to earn more money through bonuses and incentives, something that would really be beneficial to them. But that's just me. But if this is dishonest and unethical or not, does it really matter? In my opinion, it only really matters if it causes us to change our plan and strategy, so it only really matters if we let it. We aren't employees, we're independent contractors. At least that's what they tell us when they don't want to pay us benefits and when they want us to cover all the costs of transporting riders from one place to another. So if they want us to be independent contractors, well, then we should act like it, right? So as long as we're complying with the contracts we've agreed to, keeping our ratings up to certain levels and providing a decent service when we have passengers in the car, then we're done. We've done enough. There is nothing whatsoever in any contract that says how often or how much we should drive, when we should drive or not drive, or where we should drive. That should all be up to us and done in a way that exclusively benefits us. So my point is, regardless of what rideshare companies do or don't do, we just have to have a plan that works for us and benefits us, and we have to stick to it to get the most out of this. So as drivers, we should keep that perspective and not let any distractions get in the way. Whether we're trying to pay off debt, we're trying to make supplemental income, retirement money, just driving occasionally for extra spending money, or if we're doing it full time, our goals and habits should be based on what we need to get from it, and we can't let driving for a rideshare company become the goal. It's just a vehicle to help us meet our bigger goals. And don't get me wrong, I do take this seriously because it's working out for me with making money and helping me to meet my other goals. And this really isn't even just a complaint about Lyft or Uber, because I do both and I do plan to continue. But I think this is a good opportunity if I use it at that and not get caught up in what Lyft or Uber want me to do. They've got their goals and I've got mine. So what do you think? Have you seen situations where you feel like manipulation is being used to get you to drive more or to do certain things while you're driving? And how does it affect you? How do you handle it? If you have any good tips or ways to handle it, let me know. And if you have any questions for me, you can post down below or send me an email. Thanks for watching the video, and by the way, I'll be making a lot more videos, so subscribe if you want to see more.